So to do some massage ball release work for the rotator cuff muscles, in this lying position we're going to be mainly accessing the infraspinatus and the teres muscles, particularly teres major, that get a lot of tension trigger points in lay terms they're what we call knots. So feel round 4, there's a really bony ridge on the back of your shoulder blade, okay, and you're going to be working the muscle area underneath that. So pick a ball, and you're going to place that somewhere underneath that bony ridge, and then you can use your body position to roll around and try and find your trigger point, but you can also use your arm position. So we can have a play around with moving up and down, in and out of rotation, so external rotation, internal rotation to find your tight point, and also bringing the arm across the body, so you're rolling over that massage ball, and you can search around and find what brings on a really good definite tender point, a trigger point, and you can hold that position, whether it's here, whether we're up and open here, and you're just going to try and then relax into that pressure and just use your breathing as well. So trying to imagine that muscle relaxing and melting over your ball on your breath out. When it feels like it's reduced in the kind of tenderness, you can wriggle around, move your arm to try and find your next tender point, and then you hold it again. And you can work around the area for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, just trying to seek out all of those tender points you can. Another nice position for working into these muscles is actually standing against a wall. So we're going to change position now, and I'll demonstrate that to you. Okay, so to carry on our shoulder work, but using a wall, I really like this position, and it's a classic, but the ball in a sock is really, really useful. If you've got a spiky ball, they can be pretty good because they grip a little bit better than some of the softer balls. And again, you can position that just as we did, so dropping below that spine of the scapula, that bony ridge, and rolling around to find your tender points. And again, using your rotation up and down with your arm position, or rolling your body just to pick up that tender point. But there's something quite nice about a ball in a sock. Okay, you can use your other hand, so this arm is completely free, and you can position it down about where you need to be, and then you can again use your body position and your arm. I've actually got a tennis ball in this sock at the moment, and it works really nicely, I find, going back to the good old tennis ball to get into some of that those rotator cuff muscles. And again, you can use your lean against the wall. So I've got a bit of a tender point, a trigger point there, but it's not too sore, not too tender for me, so I can actually really use my body weight to get in onto that knot. And so again, you can vary it very easily in this position. This arm, again, once you've found, you've got your position, this arm can start to just relax down here, but you've gotten a bit more control over that ball. So another nice muscle group to get into in this position are the muscles that sit between the shoulder blade and the spine. So rhomboid muscles and the middle traps. So you then just take your ball down, so it's somewhere between the inner bit of the shoulder blade and your spine. And again, you can do your bear scratching its back, below stuff. Find your trigger points, but again here you might want to use your arm. Think about opening that shoulder blade out, bring that shoulder blade around, and you can get right in onto that inner border, the medial border of the scapula, and get those little trigger points that can sit there in your rhomboid muscles. And there are some beauties that lie in there. So again, if you tend to be a bit round shouldered, or you get some upper back, thoracic back aches and pains, there are often some really, really nice tight points in there. So you might want to explore around in there. So using your body roll, using your arm position. If you're doing these muscles, then use that mobility of your shoulder blade coming in and around your body to seek around and find those. When you find your tender point, just relax, press and hold on it, and wait for it to give, and then you're done. Superb.